que tiene la lucha antirracista en su vida. Y si tiene más o menos peso que jugar al fútbol, y dice que sí, que jugar al fútbol es muy importante, pero que la lucha antirracista es importantísima. Que lo que quiere es que...
Remember this video of Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr.? This is a man who has been racially abused time and time again for simply existing and prospering in his respective sport. When Vinicius and his team visited Valencia, fans of the opposition chanted, and I quote, "Vinicius, you are a monkey," close quote. During the match, he would be racially abused by Valencia fans, and the cameras would capture it all. La Liga president Javier Tebas would fail this young man throughout, instead of providing cover, leaving Vinicius out to dry. Thankfully, and I cannot believe I am saying this, we have justice. So let me tell you about it. A court in Valencia came down on their ruling of the offenders 8-month prison terms for 3 men who racially abused him. The court would say the following in a statement: the ruling handed down today, which is final, establishes, as proven, that the 3 defendants insulted Vinicius with shouts, gestures, and chants referring to the color of his skin. It dates back to May of 2023 when the 2 clubs would square off. Play would be suspended because of the obvious abuse Vinicius suffered. Monkey chants were aplenty at the stadium ground. In the aftermath, Vinicius, after being targeted multiple times, would say, quote, "I will go up against the racists until the very end." Another huge, important factor in all this is the media coverage that took place locally in the country of Spain, because the depictions that they laid out for their readers was beyond troubling.
And I think it's important to look at the language used by the media here. We're going to start off by looking at the Catalan Sport Daily Sport. On the front cover, the lead story is about Lionel Messi. There is a story at the top, and it says, "Escándalo Vinicius en Mestalla." It doesn't say racist scandal in Mestalla. It doesn't say Vinicius suffers racism once again, scandalously in Mestalla. It says Vinicius scandal in Mestalla. This is Marca. This is the best-selling sports paper in Spain. Their headline is Puro Madrid. It's because Real Madrid's basketball team won the EuroLeague. En todos los líos, it says here, in all the problems. Vinicius was the protagonist in all the polemic actions in Mestalla before being sent off by the Burgos Bengoechea. Again, it's building this narrative that in some way Vinicius is to blame.
Shout out to Phil Kitromilidis on this perspective. Shockingly, the news that recently came out is that this is a landmark ruling. It's the first for Spanish soccer fans accused of racist behavior toward players. Yahoo, citing Reuters, noted the convicts' names were not released, though they pled guilty to their charges. From ESPN, under Article 173.1 of Spain's Criminal Code, the men were sentenced to an initial 12 months in prison, reduced by a third to 8 months, under a principle which sees reduced punishments for defendants who accept criminal responsibility. Vinicius would then react to the ruling via Twitter. Let's get to his statement. "Many asked me to ignore it. Many others said that my fight was in vain and that I should just, quote, play football. But as I've always said, I'm not a victim of racism. I am a tormentor of racists. The first criminal conviction in the history of Spain is not for me. It's for all black people. May other racists be afraid, ashamed, and hide in the shadows. Otherwise, I'll be here to collect." Thank you to La Liga and Real Madrid for helping with this historic conviction. More to come. Additionally, the 3 men will not be allowed to enter a soccer stadium for 2 seasons. Importantly, to understand the legal system in this country, because some may have been confused about the reduced sentence and what have you, in Spain, prison sentences of less than 2 years for non-violent crimes rarely require a defendant without previous convictions to serve jail time. So the 3 are likely to remain free unless they commit further offenses. Tebas, the president of La Liga, would also react to the ruling. It's great news for the fight against racism in Spain, as it repairs the damage suffered by Vinicius Jr. and sends a clear message to those people who go to a football stadium to insult, that La Liga will identify them, report them, and there will be criminal consequences for them. Quick timeout. This is a man who did not help Vinicius in the beginning. It is great that he is putting out these statements, largely because he received a fair share of criticism for his lack of a hands-on approach in addressing racism allegations that were later proved to be true, and that he basically treated it with kid gloves. The league made it known. They requested Spanish law be amended so La Liga could have the power to sanction clubs, players, and or fans for this type of conduct. In just the past 2 campaigns alone, La Liga reported 16 racist incidents directed at Vinicius. To say he is unprotected is a severe understatement. Practically no one, aside from his teammates and his club, have had his back throughout all of this. And the factors that went into the press, fans / loyalists, and opposing players has not helped him at all. And he would even show and say how much of a personal toll this has taken on him. I just want to play football, he said, but it's hard to move forward. I feel less and less like playing. He would then go on to say, it never crossed my mind to leave Spain because if I leave Spain, I give the racists exactly what they want. I will stay because that way the racists can continue to see my face more and more. I'm a bold player. I play for Real Madrid, and we win a lot of titles, and that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Lastly, state prosecutor Susanna Gisbert would speak to the press and say, people should know that this type of act is punishable. Punishable as a hate crime because the conviction for crimes against moral integrity, but with the aggravating circumstance of hatred. So, firstly, great ruling, need more. Because precedents have to be set. For many, many years, as we have brought countless stories to you, so many loyalists go unchecked when they bring their bigotry and spout racism, no matter the stadium ground. Could be England with Raheem Sterling, could be Italy with Romelu Lukaku, Moise Kean, could be Spain with the guy who might even win the Ballon d'Or in Vinicius Jr. So where do we go from here? There needs to be severe punishments for this. And I know in the United States, there are numbers that you can text to say, this person said this and security will come. The success of this program is still to be seen. It has shown that it can be improved, and we can always evolve as a society. But until we really nip this in the bud, this is going to continue happening. I do not believe half stadium closures are the correct way. I believe the best way to do this, and we also saw it with fans, Premier League fans, racially abuse Mohamed Salah, and they had to serve some time, and they were punished. The only way to do this is to start prosecuting. Whether it's documented or not, through, and what I mean by that specifically is someone next to them with a cell phone able to capture it, or the player sees them and they then conclude through a slew of investigations that their information is accurate. This is what needs to happen. And whether they believed it or not, the 3 defendants put out statements saying that they were wrong and that they are going to learn from it, and racism is bad, what have you, what have you. But if there are 3 less racists at a stadium ground, and then that starts to multiply over and over, the beautiful game could remain as beautiful as we know it to be. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it just isn't. And until we have stuff like this happening over and over again, Vinicius and the next Vinicius and the next Vinicius are going to continue to be plagued by what these idiots bring to each and every stadium ground in each and every country. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.